Hello and welcome to the HI European Market Neutral Monthly Summary video for July 2021. I'm Paul Marriage of Tolworth Investments. Well, it was another one of those slightly odd months, really. The market took a major wobble in the middle of the month as I think globally people were worried about COVID and how this third wave and the Delta variant was going to impact globally. And actually, I think people saw countries pushing their way through that. Perhaps example in the UK where unlocking has largely worked, and it looks like that wave is working its way through. It's probably definitely helped in the UK recover from that mid-month low. And I think the fund has delivered a solid positive return for the month overall, which, given the ups and downs, I think we're really pleased with. Notable, for example, that basic resources was the best performing sector in July, yet energy was the worst. And kind of odd to think those two kind of intercorrelated things were so different. So it just shows you actually quite a challenging time to run money again, without perhaps the same tailwinds we've had for the rest of the year and year to date rather. And in fact, it was a good time to be in defensive tech. So actually the balance of this portfolio, with some of the things we have in Europe and the stocks we have in the UK. In Europe, we've probably got some more growthy names. In UK, slightly more balanced, but actually working quite well together. So it's good that the strategy has delivered a positive, and it's done it in quite a reassuring way, I think, for the fund continuing to perform for investors. So if we just look at one or two sort of highlights and lowlights, I think there's been a lot of issuance around, and definitely in the UK we had a little bit of a stitch going on with issuance. So I think IPOs have been interesting. Two good IPOs in the UK for us, Bridgepoint and Victorian Plumbing. Both went to big premiums and taken profit pretty much straight away there. So happy for that to have happened and made a bit of money. Always feel you could have got more in the good ones, but 'twas ever thus. Bike24, which was great for us back in June, had a bit of a give back in July. We're pretty relaxed about that one. We think that's good long term. And it's probably just a bit of post-IPO indigestion as people decide who the long-term holders are, who the short-term holders are. So pretty relaxed there, but there's definitely been a bit of a disappointing retracement in that share price. In the UK, I think it was an interesting one because some of our great long-term investments like Watches of Switzerland had another great month. They're setting out some pretty ambitious long-term targets. I think people are buying into those. It's been a great performer for us since IPO and continues to do so. Grafton's done well again. In the Recruiters, pretty bog standard economic recovery by a job hunting firm. Mann and Page did a good job. So some really sensible, logical successes there. Royal Mail was a bit disappointing this month. A great value recovery story that's having a month off. There's been a few of those across the market on both sides of the Atlantic, I'm sure. So overall, positive UK. In a more difficult environment, UK index was off 125 pips, I think, in a month. So, probably a slightly trickier place to make money than Europe. In Europe, as I alluded to, some of our tech winners were good. Capgemini, ASML were really good, but also Saint-Gobain did well in which you might describe as a more cyclical value type trade in building materials. So again, balance in the portfolio helped us, keeping it balanced, keeping it focused, not being too factor driven, and keeping kind of alive. So that repositioning of the portfolio we did 2 or 3 months ago now seems to broadly be working, and hopefully we can continue with that improving trend as the summer goes on. I expect no change. We're going to have a little bit more of this. Right, we're good to go. We're recovering fast. What drove markets in Q1 and most of Q2 and has given up a bit in Q3, maybe that'll come back into the fore as we go through the summer, into the end of the summer. Clearly, it's one of those periods where there aren't many people about, often makes for kind of fairly dreary trading and some wobbly kind of days. Good that we've got through a bit of a wobble in July in terms of global markets, teases up well for what's to come. And I think generally we feel fairly positive about the outlook, but keeping that balanced book, not taking a big bet on the recovery trade being the strong theme again, even though we suspect that might be the case. Not going to take a big bet on that straight away. So overall a good month, another positive month. So good momentum in the strategy, good balance across different types of winners and losers. And it feels to me like the team that we've got with myself, Seb Jory and Fred Batwa are working quite well again, and we feel that the fund has got good prospects for the remainder of the year. So thank you very much for listening. Do look out for our monthly comment, and if you have any questions, please do come through to us here at Tolworth Investments. Thank you.